Adapted from archaic translation by H. T. Francis. Jataka number 516. Mahakapi Jataka. A king of Kasi, etc. This story was told by the master, when living in the bamboo grove, about Devadatta's hurling a stone at him. So when the brethren blamed Devadatta for having bribed archers to shoot the Buddha and afterwards hurled a stone at him, the master said, "Not now only, but formerly also, Devadatta threw a stone at me," and so saying he told a story of the past. Once upon a time when Brahmadatta reigned in Benares, a Brahmin husbandman in a village of Kasi, after ploughing his fields, loosened his oxen and began to work with a spade. The oxen, while cropping leaves in a clump of trees, little by little escaped into the forest. The man, discovering that it was late, laid aside his spade to look for his oxen, and not finding them he was overcome with grief and wandered about the forest, seeking them, till he had entered the Himalaya region. There having lost his direction he roamed about for 7 days fasting, but seeing a tinduka tree he climbed up it to eat the fruit. Slipping off the tree he fell 60 arm lengths into a hell-like abyss, where he passed 10 days. At that time the bodhisattva was living in the shape of a monkey, and while eating wild fruits he caught sight of the man, and after practicing with a stone he hauled the fellow out. While the monkey was asleep, the man split his head open with a stone. The great being, becoming aware of his action, sprang up and perched on a branch of the tree and cried, "Ho! Sirrah, you walk on the ground. I will just point out to you the way from the top of the tree and then we'll be off." So he rescued the fellow from the forest, set him on the right road and then himself disappeared in the mountainous region. The man, because he had sinned against the great being, became a leper, and even in this world appeared as a preta in human form. For 7 years he was overwhelmed with pain. And in his wanderings to and fro he found his way into the migacira park in Benares, and spreading a plantain leaf in the enclosure, he lay down, half maddened by his sufferings. At that moment the king of Benares came to the park, and as he walked about he saw the man and asked him, "Who are you, and what have you done to bring this suffering upon you?" And he told the king the whole story at length. The master, to make the matter clear, said, "A king of Kasi who, they say, over great Benares once held sway, with courtier friends, by the road unto Migacira came near. A Brahmin there the king did see a walking skeleton was he, his skin was white with leprous blood and rough like gnarled ebon wood. Astonished at the piteous sight of this much troubled, luckless creature. Alas! Poor wretch, he cried, tell what name amongst ogres you do have. Your hands and feet are white as snow. Your head is whiter still, I think. Your frame with leprous spots overgrown. Disease has marked you for its own. Your back like spindles in a row. A long unequal curve did show. Your joints are as black knots. I think. Your like before was never seen. From where you come then, so travel worn. Mere skin and bones, a wretch sad. By heat of blazing sun oppressed. By thirst and hunger in pain distressed? With frame so marred, an awful sight. Scarce fit to look upon the light. Your very mother, no, not she, would care her wretched son to see. What sinful deed was yours, I request? Or wrongfully whom did you kill? What the offense I gladly would know. Reduced you to this state of suffering? Then the Brahmin said, I'll tell you, sir, and tell you true. Even as a good man sure should do. For one that never speaks lies is praised in this world by the wise. Once in a lonely wood I took my way, seeking my cows that late had gone astray. Through pathless tracts of jungle, fitting home for the wild elephant, I regardless roam. lost in the maze of this vast wilderness. From thirst and hunger suffering painful distress. For 7 long days I wander through the wood, where the fell tiger rears his savage offspring. Even worst poison I was gladly to eat. When lo, a lovely tree my gaze did meet. Over a sheer precipice it pendant swung, and fragrant fruit from all its branches hung. Whatever had fallen to the wind's cold touch, I greedily devoured and relished much. Then, still unsatisfied, I climbed up the tree. That way, I think, lies full satiety. I never had tasted such ripe fruit before. And stretching on my hand to gather more, the branch, on which my body rested, broke, as though clean severed by the woodman's stroke. With broken branch head over heels I went, with nothing to check me in my swift descent, over the side of rocky precipice, without escape from bottomless abyss. The depth of water in the pool beneath saved me from being rudely crushed to death. So there, poor luckless creature, without a ray of hope to cheer me, 10 long nights I lay. At length a monkey came, long-tailed was he, and made his home in some rock cavity. And as he stepped from branch to branch, the brute did ever pick and eat the elegant fruit. But when my thin and tired form he saw, touched with compassion for my sufferings, he cried, "Alas, poor wretch, whom I see lying there, thus overwhelmed with anguish and despair. If man or goblin, who you are, tell." Then with due reverence I made reply, "A man and doomed without escape am I. But this I say, all blessings light on you, if you can find a way of saving me." The monkey stepping on the height above, carried a heavy stone, his strength to prove. And when by practice he was perfect grown, the mighty one his purpose thus made known. "Climb you, good sir, upon my back and through your arms about my neck and hold me fast. Then will I with all speed deliver you from the stone walls of your captivity." I listened gladly, well remembering the advices of the glorious Monkey King. And, climbing on his back, my arms I threw round the wise creature's neck and held him fast. The monkey then, so brave and strong was he, exhausted by the effort though he be, from rocky retreats soon uplifted me. And having pulled me out, the hero cried, "I'm weary. Stand as guard, sir, by my side, while I soon in peaceful sleep abide. Lion and tiger, panther and bear, if they should ever take me unaware, would kill me straight. To watch shall be your care." While, as I watched, he took a moment's rest, an ugly thought was harbored in my breast. Monkeys and such like deer are good to eat. What if I kill him and my hunger cheat? The beast if killed would provide tasty meat. When satisfied, here no longer will I stay, but well provided for full many a day. Out from this forest I will find a way. Taking a stone his skull I well near broke, but a lame hand put on a feeble stroke. The monkey quickly bounded up a tree, and all stained with blood regarded me from far, with tearful eyes, with disapproval. "God bless you. Act not thus, I request, good sir. For otherwise your fate, I dare say, will long all others from such deeds deter. Alas! For shame! What a return is this, for having saved you from that dread abyss. Rescued from death you played a treacherous part, and evil have devised with evil heart. Foul wretch, beware, otherwise sharpest agony, springing from evil deed bring death to you, even as its fruit destroys the bamboo tree. I trust you not, for you would work me ill. Walk well in front that I may see you still. From voracious beast escaped, you may regain the habitations of men. the path that stretches plain before your eyes, follow as you are glad." At this the monkey dried his tears, and ran up to a mountain lake, and bathed his head from stain of blood, by me alas, it was shed. There too, with burning pains through him cursed, I dragged my tortured frame, to quench my thirst. But when to that blood-stained lake I came, the crimson flood appeared one mass of flame, each liquid drop from it that did moisten my body, straight into a wound grew, like a split vilva fruit, in size and color. The wounds discharging yield a hateful smell, and wherever I would gladly dwell, in town and countryside, all fly in confused haste, scattered by odors foul, the while they brandish their sticks and stones, and come not you too near to us, poor wretch, all men and women cry. Such is the pain for 7 long years I bear. According to his deeds each man did fare. May good be with you all that here I see. Betray you not your friends. How foul is he that sins against a friend with treachery. All who on earth to friends have proved untrue, as lepers here their sin must ever regret, and when the body fails, in hell are born again. And while the man was speaking with the king, even as he spoke, the earth opened its mouth, and at that very moment the man disappeared and was reborn in hell. The king, when the man was swallowed up in the earth, came on from the park and entered the city. The master here ending his lesson said, "Not only now, brethren, but formerly too, Devadatta threw a stone at me," and he identified the birth. At that time the treacherous friend was Devadatta, I myself was the Monkey King.